my ass spilled out. I spilled out. When I woke up in the morning, however, it was gone. I was back to normal. Lines, 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 lines. I went back to normal. So I got fat overnight. What the hell did I eat? And what was I thinking? Alright guys, so we're going to talk about something that happened, and actually something that happens to a lot of people, mostly everyone, at any given time, especially if you're not in shape and if you're in high body fat. So there's a term that we use in the sport, in bodybuilding, in fitness, and it's called spilling out. When you spill out is when you have had way too much carbohydrates. Way too much carbohydrates, which turns into glucose, turns into sugar, and then of course you spill out. That's when you know that you have gone over the limit on your carbohydrate intake. Other people retain water, get bloated. It's all the same thing. You get water, you retain water, you get bloated, and you spill out. O sea, in Spanish is te borras, te tapas. Basically, all your muscle, it's like a layer of fat just goes over your muscle and over your stomach, and you can't see anything. So over the weekend, I made homemade whipped cream, and it was freaking delicious. So it's very easy to make whipped cream. A little bit of a vanilla extract, heavy whipping cream, and powdered sugar. I decided to get sexy with the whipped cream, and I added a shot of espresso. I made espresso flavored, coffee flavored whipped cream, and it was bomb. And then I decided to eat the whipped cream with the berries as well. Later on that night, I had some more whipped cream with berries, with blackberries and raspberries. I normally don't eat dairy, but what happened was when I went to go take a shower, I have this tendency to always look in the mirror. I always got to look at my abs and how, you know, veins or whatever are popping out. It's just whatever. It's my sickness. It's my own delusional thing. And I noticed I couldn't see my stomach. I couldn't see my abs. My hips looked bigger, and I was like, bitch, I got fat. I must have gained like 5 pounds in a couple of hours. And it was kind of freaking me out, guys. This is what happens when you're in this sport, and when you get to a certain level of fitness, then when you see yourself going backwards, you kind of freak out because it's like, wow, I did all this work and now I'm going backwards. So you don't want to go backwards. But the thing is, you literally couldn't see my abs. My abs were gone. And it was almost like this coating of fat over my stomach, and I was freaking out. Okay, I kept turning on the light, off the light, on, off, turn on the light, off the light, on, off. I'm like, wait, do it again, off. And I'm going, this is not me. And then my hips literally seemed this much bigger, this much wider. My stomach felt like it was out to here. Basically, I was bloated. I was retaining water, and I had spilled out. I really don't know why my body had spilled out, because I do have some types of desserts probably like every Wednesday when it's our day off from the gym. We go out to a nice lunch, and I get, you know, I have like a glass of champagne or what have you, and then I'll have a dessert, which is our little day. And we do that because we can, because we sit at 10% body fat, you know, 10 to 12%, whatever. The thing is, I don't think that my body at that moment, for whatever reason, didn't agree with that dairy, and it didn't agree with the cream, and don't think it really even digested. So therefore, I spilled out. And I spilled out immediately. And guys, you can actually see this happen to you. There's a lot of people that go out to, whether it's an Italian restaurant or a Latin restaurant, you know, it could be fried chicken, it could be something very fattening, it could be something fried, it could be, you know, Chinese food, even people having sushi, that people think sushi is so healthy, and it can be the way that I eat it, because I don't eat any additional sauces. I don't put panko on top. I don't put any mayo on the rolls, because nowadays probably every single roll has mayonnaise on top, which is what they call aioli. I guess it's like a sexy way of saying mayo, and they dress it up in red, pink, yellow, orange, and green and call it aioli. I don't give a shit what it is. It's aioli my ass, and it's mayo. It is mayo. It's a Halloween dress up for mayo. Okay. And so when people eat tons of soy sauce, which is probably 1,000 milligrams of sodium per serving, and everybody has about 10 servings of it, you look like a beach whale, and we're going to send you and ship you to SeaWorld. You basically are floating. So the thing is that these things kind of happen immediately because they are a response to what you just fed your body. It is a response because your body is upset and it's mad and it doesn't like what you just fed it. So that is a response. It gets bloated, you start retaining water, and and you spill out. So this happened to me on this day, on Saturday night, and I wanted to make this video because a lot of people don't understand why this happens, and it's called spilling out. When your body, you have gone over the line and gone over your amount of carbohydrates, which then if you don't need it, if you don't have the muscle mass to support, to hold onto the carbohydrate, then that means you're having way too many carbohydrates, which then turn into sugar. Okay, and if you're not gonna run a 10K marathon the next day, then there's no reason why you should have had all those carbs to begin with. This is why, depending on your BMI, depending on your body fat percentage, you really need to watch what you eat, and that's why a nutrition plan or a food plan is essential, because you have calculated in specific amounts of what you need to eat and the amount of carbohydrates per meal, depending on your goal and what your body fat is right now. So if you need help with a nutrition or food plan or training plan, to email me at miamilifeandfitness.com, or just go ahead and book your consultation now. Stop wasting time at www.miamilifeandfitness.com. So stop wasting time. Get your checkbook out, get your credit card out, get your PayPal out, your Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, whatever it is. $50, $50, $50. It's gonna be the best $50 you've ever spent, because you will be guided properly into what you should be eating. Because if you're not reaching your goal, 9 times out of 10, it's food related. It's either hormonal or food related. Nothing to do with anabolics, and most of the time it's really nothing to do with training, even though some it is, but it's mainly either food or hormones. And if you don't have those things down pat, then you just don't get on a steroid cycle. Just don't get on a steroid cycle. Don't do it. Waste your money, waste your time. So anyhow, that was what I wanted to say, because a lot of you, I speak to a lot of you. I have a lot of clients and a lot of friends who always say, oh, I can't eat this because it makes me gain weight. Yeah, you gain weight because you had too many carbohydrates, probably the wrong carbohydrates, things that made you retain water, and then you got bloated, and then of course you spilled out. It's not that carbs make you fat. Carbs don't make you fat. Now, if you're 5% body fat and you need to increase FAT, then that's when you have FAT. My God. Okay guys, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe. If you found this helpful, if you found this informative, if you found this funny, then give it a like and comment below. Has this happened to you? Do you eat whipped cream? What happens to you when you eat whipped cream? Everyone, have a great week.